This was awesome. Thank you for tuning in.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us again on another episode of High Low News as we interview people doing great things in the community. Today, I'm really excited to have these two men, these brothers on the show with us, Maurice Hanks and Weber Charles. They're going to tell us all about riding bikes. Like, that's a new thing that's going on. I see everybody with their bikes. They, bike life, putting up their miles, doing 20, 40 miles a day. So you guys are all about that. Maurice, tell me about this new Black bike movement that's going on in South Florida and your role with it.
Well, I started, me and my friend, like probably 7, 8 years ago, we started riding bikes. I don't like to run, so I was riding bikes to lose weight. So as me and him ride, and then my wife, she came down with breast cancer. So that was another way the doctor told us, she had to work out this and that. So that was another way to get her involved too. So as we roll, we ride, we start enjoying it, start losing weight. I done went from 260 to 240 to 220. So it's like I ain't is the sun out there beating us, but it clears your mind. A lot of stuff, like while we ride, it clears a lot of things going on. A lot of stuff that was happening in my life that that some people can't deal with, and that so I jump on the bike and go riding, and I'm able to deal with it. So, and I tell a lot of people like that. And once I find a passion for something, I go for it. I go hard, and I let everybody know. Sometimes I talk too much about it. I let everybody know this is what it do. This is what, and sometimes they might take it as me going overboard, but at the same time, that's my passion, and I try to make sure other people that sit around the house that don't want to do anything, just jump on the bike, ride around. You will love it. It'll clear your mind. Just to clear your mind. You don't even have to lose weight. It'll like when I ride on the beach, you see the water, you ride through the houses and stuff, and your mind just whatever you're going through, it clears, and you get to think about stuff like you can get in an argument with people and this and that, but when you ride, you come back, you're calm, you're back to normal. So as we did all that, I met up with a bunch of guys, and we started riding on Thursdays and Fridays, and then the pandemic hit. So when the pandemic hit, one day we just came out. I was like, my wife know a lot of people. A guy named Val, he know a lot of people. Most of my guys, they're leaders, and like I told them, I appreciate them putting me at the front because they're leaders at what they do. So they chose me to be the leader of this. So we came together on Easter Sunday and say let's do a bike ride over by J9 and call to get the girls involved and this and that. And once that happened, we just took off from there. For 4 months after that, we had 1,000, 2,000 people join in, coming to ride. Other groups starting to come up. We got Let's Ride. Like we met Level Up. I met Charles Weber. We met a lot of people through this bike. So and you'd be surprised how many people ride with us. Like we have police officers, mayors, we have commissioners, county councilmen. We have all type of people that ride and they enjoy it. And sometimes we go through our little ups and downs, but everybody comes to me and say, "Reese, keep it going, man. You open a whole light for a lot of people." And we all, like Weber said earlier, he was like he used to ride and didn't have his own people to ride with. So now when we ride, we have a lot of black people that ride, and we show that we can ride. Like first, I used to be scared to go to Key Biscayne because when we go out there, they ride right by. I done had 70-year-olds, 80-year-olds. They ride by me, and I be like, wow. But now when I go out there, I feel like I belong. I can ride. So breaking the cycle, it did. The name did.
So Maurice, the name is Break the Cycle. That's the name of the group. The
yes,
overall name of the group.
Break the cycle. Yes.
And Weber, can you tell me, like, we kind of talked about it offline, and I've known you for a little bit, and I've seen you post your pictures of riding your bike. So tell me how you connected with Break the Cycle and how you're involved with this Black bike movement in South Florida.
It's I'm the biking's like part of my brand, right? So it's like critical mass. the Miami bike scene. I follow different groups online and things like that. And Break the Cycle just came in on the scene after the pandemic, and I was like, okay, well, it's a new group out here doing a thing. Let me check them out. I have a friend, Bo the Trainer, who's part of the group with Maurice in them. And I saw him posting the pictures and posting the rides, and I said, okay, these guys are organized. They got a Sunday ride, they got a Thursday night ride, they got a Friday night ride. They're riding with kids on Wednesdays to go get donuts. I was like, well, this is really positive. So, I would still go on my rides on Sundays with my man Rich, and we do our 40, 50 miles and stuff like that. And finally, we said, you know what? Let's go check out Sunday school. So this was like, I would say 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago. It felt like forever ago. And I went to the
And
first
Sunday school is the name of
the
the name of the
Sunday
ride on
ride.
Sunday. Okay.
Yeah. And it's kind of like church for me now. Like Sunday
Mm.
school is like going to church. Sunday school is a chill ride where you get about 100 to 200 people show up. They got a truck filled with speakers playing good music, and we
Mm.
just take a nice stroll through different cities and stuff like that and vibe. And so it's churches bringing people together and feeling each other's energy. And so I did the first Sunday school, and I was like, man, the energy is great. You know what I mean? I've never seen so many black people together, just smiling and riding their bikes and enjoying each other. And they got on their gear, and they've made significant investments in their bicycles. So sometimes you feel like, okay, this is a pandemic thing, and you ask yourself whether or not it will last. Will it persist after the pandemic? When I look at the kind of investments these people are making in their bicycles and in their gear, it's clear that Maurice and the gang have done something that's transformational. Because these individuals are, you have several people in the group that have gone out, they bought their first bike from Walmart, then they sold it and they went and got something intermediate from Offer Up, and then they sold that and they went out and went to City Bikes and went to Max Cycles and made a real bike purchase to get like a road bike for 2,500, 3 grand, 4 grand. I mean, the bikes out there are insane. So you get the sense that people have been doing this for 4 months, and they are transitioning and adopting this lifestyle. And it's a beautiful thing. And so, I did Sunday school. I came back to Sunday school. Then I did speed night. Then I was like, man, look, I'm a guy that loves to put forward positive images, right? I'm a connector. I've been doing this in the community for a long time. And I saw what Maurice and the group was doing. And I said, look, people need to see what you guys are doing. The impact, the communal impact on what Breaking the Cycle is doing is significant. And there's other bike groups, but I would say Breaking the Cycle has the momentum to bring the most people together. And they've organized events. They're doing two and three events a week.
Wow. What areas do you guys usually meet up in? Is it just Miami? Is it Broward? Is it a mix of both?
We started out riding on the beach, but you know how that is. So now we try to ride where people we could bring enjoyment to. So we ride like in Brownsville, the Polka Beans, any black area we try to ride to. So we even started riding in Hialeah, Okeechobee, Coconut Grove, Scott Projects. Like we ride. To me, this bike, I done seen half of Miami, well, all of Miami. I done seen some parts I didn't even know this was over here. But riding the bike, we done been all over. We done been to Homestead. But when we do the rookie, I try to we try to give them a different view every time. So, it could keep people interested and be like, hey, okay, we ride to the beach, we hit. Sometimes they get mad at me when I make them hit the bridges and they do like 3, 4 bridges. They be like, hey, we didn't sign up for this. But, got to push them a little. You got to give them a little. And the funny thing is when we do our long trips, like if we go, like every month we go somewhere far, we'll go to Homestead. I mean, we'll go to Fort Myers,
Oh wow.
Port St. Lucie.
Y'all riding on bikes that far?
Yes, yes. And so
Okay.
when we come back that Sunday, it's Sunday school. So a lot of people are joined in thinking it'll be like they don't run 150 miles. They're not gonna ride far. and that's when we ride even further on that Sunday. So we caught a couple of guys that'll jump in thinking we're gonna ride 10 miles and end up doing 30. And they be like, what the? I be like, hey man, our legs still want to keep going. Like this weekend, we're trying to pull off the impossible and ride to Orlando. So that's after that, I think we're gonna take a chill and riding far. But Orlando is our goal. So that's what we reaching for this Saturday.
How do you I guess prepare? Because for me, and I guess the other novice who are interested in it but don't know how to get started, Weber is like a pro, he been doing it, like, but for me that's a little intimidating to hear that you guys are driving that far. Like, so are there entry level days for people who are
Yes.
just starting? And like, how do you prepare? Like, if you're new to biking, what do you need to do to prepare for a bike ride? And both of you guys could chime in on that and give whatever tips you have.
Okay, well, with us, we have the entry level. We have Thursday, we have Sundays and Fridays. That's for people with beach cruisers, whatever kind of bike you have. We have that, and I'm trying to come up with we gonna come up with training on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for people that want to ride and learn how to to get to where we be at. But on Thursdays, we call that our speed night, and we tell like on Friday and Sunday, I'll pay attention to a lot of bikers, and I'll be like, "Hey, you need to come check out our street light." Like they be scared, like you said, when you hear we did this and we go this fast, it scare you. So I try to give them the encouragement, like I see how you ride right now, so you should be able to keep up. We're not gonna leave you where you gonna be like where they went. I don't know where to go. So that part you don't have to worry about. But if you have a competition level in you, and I see it, I'm gonna try to bring it out you and push you. They call me tough love because like a lot of the girls and guys when I did this, I be like that ain't nothing. You got to keep going. So they be like they call me tough love, my big brother. Like they say I'm very tough on them, but at the end of the day, I know what I could bring out of certain people, and that's what I shoot for. But most people, once you get a bike and you ride on a Friday or Sunday, you'll know if you like it or not.
So Friday and
Mhm.
Sunday are that's like a day for a beginner to join. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a ride for them.
yeah, yeah. Like
yeah.
if
That's a happy hour in Sunday school.
yeah, we have a happy hour on Friday, so the clubs and everything shut down, so we let you ride.
I
And
like that.
so after the ride, you come back. We have a little after party, free food, free drinks, and enjoy yourself.
Alcohol?
Yeah,
I may just come for the drink.
we have people that do that. We got some guys that every time we come back, they didn't go on the ride, but we see them sitting in the parking lot waiting on us to come back and get drunk and eat.
Hey, people just want that connection right now. Weber, what are some tips that you have for people who want to get involved? Like what are some beginning things that they need to know to get started?
It's more Maurice and the group and the gang have provided some of the essential key components to really getting into bicycling, and that's the communal aspect, the relationships. I got into cycling because of a dude named Rich Rayton, who was like, "Yo, you riding around on this hybrid, you need to go all the way. Like, why are you riding around on this hybrid in your basketball shorts and a white tee?" He's like,
What's the hybrid? What's that? Y'all inside code.
a hybrid is basically a mountain bike with like that kind of functions like a road bike, but it's not a
Right.
road bike.
Yeah.
And he
Okay.
was like, yo, you need to just go get you a road bike, get you a kit, get you some kicks, get the clip ins, do the whole thing, like do it for real. And so that's what Break the Cycle is doing for a lot of people. It's telling them like, come out, enjoy bicycling, enjoy socializing. But if you really, really like cycling, we have some days where we can turn it up for you. Meet us on Tuesdays at Level Up in Pembroke Pines, and we can start to train you on how to roll cycle for real. Meet us on Thursday night for speed night, and let me show you how to run the grass, right? Let me show you how to make a line and pass properly and safety tips. And so what I've seen in the time I've been around the group is that they have a group of women called the Lady Elite who have taken this very seriously, and now
Okay.
they want to cycle on a pro level, and it's
Wow.
incredible because they melanin, they curvy, they beautiful, and they want to get on these bikes and do the damn thing like the
Yeah,
white folks do.
yeah.
And
They not to cut you off. They be pushing me a lot. Like on speed night, they be passing me. I'm like, oh, I can't let this lady beat me, so I got to go a little faster.
yeah, yeah. And the boys are taking it seriously. They've gotten serious road bikes. They're getting trained up. And so for me, and then they got kids. There's a couple, high school, middle school students who have their road bikes who have a lot of potential. And so some of the things I've heard Maurice talk about is potentially maybe doing AAU and getting some of the kids to race at like Brian Piccolo and around across the state.
Oh, I like that
So
idea.
there's a lot of opportunities to I feel like Maurice started something special and the opportunities for what he can do for his people and the youth around health and a bicycle is limitless. And I love bikes. And that's
Mm-hmm.
why, I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to kind of make sure that he get a platform and he can tell his story and hopefully people can embrace him and provide him with the resources to get things to the next level because a healthy community benefits us all. And the more people are exposed to bikes, the more people are aware of bikes, the more I think our city becomes bike friendly. And the more we encourage people in the urban community, in the city, in Miami Gardens and Coconut Grove to jump on a bike and be social and meet people. And let's break bread together and just have fun.
I love that. And for me, when I think of cycling, you think of Lance Armstrong. I think recently I found out about like one of the first black cyclists through a campaign Hennessy was doing. And so I was working on that campaign when I used to work at iHeart and they did this big thing. So I learned about Level Up and Papa Keith was the brand ambassador at that time. And so he's really big into cycling. So that was like my entry point into it. But I was like amazed that all these black people, all these people of color were cycling. But what I did learn in that process is that a bike can cost a lot of money. Like okay, what's the cost of a good bike? And then what's an entry bike? Like we need those two costs. Like I want to get started today. How much should I invest? And then if I'm serious, how much should I invest?
What you want to answer that, Reese, or you want me to answer?
Okay, well, to me, I tell people that every time. Like they ask me how much should I spend? I say if you really get into it, go on OfferUp and $500 to $1,000.
For
So
my
like,
first bike?
yes, if you're really into it. Some people
Okay.
go to Walmart and go buy a bike for $200, $300, $100. Then when you get out there, you like, my bike is not doing what they bike doing. So now you spend $200-$300 for nothing. Because now if you competitive enough, you're gonna go try to get another bike. So now that you add on to what that bike, you already should have spun the $500 already. So
Okay.
and the first thing I tell people, they laugh. I be like, no kickstands. If the bike got a kickstand, you need to buy it.
How do I stand the bike up?
See how you look at a kickstand bike means you just ride around the house.
Okay.
If one without a kickstand, that means it's the bike. The lighter, the better the bike.
Okay.
And a lot of pixie bikes, I approve of it, but I don't approve of it because I rather get me a top of the line bike. But I would say 500 is the key goal to buy a bike, and you start off from there. And some of the bikes, well, right now OfferUp is kind of hard, and I tell people go on OfferUp because now everybody knows people's looking for bikes. So a person to sell you a bike that costs $600 in the store brand new for $500. So it's like, but I tell people that it's like they got a website called Blue Book Bike Value.
Okay.
So you put the bike, the brand, the year, and it tells you how much it is brand new, how much they should sell it to you used, how much is trade value. And still don't work because everybody still be calling me asking how much. I like, hey, I told you the steps to do, but they still want me to tell them, yes, that's the bike to get. So I like, so at the end of the day, it's still like Blue Book Value, and then it's breaking the cycle. Call them, they're gonna let you know. And that's how I get a lot of people to join and get better bikes because they'll look at me and be like, man, you got a big belly, and I dog them out. I ride them, I kill them. And when I kill them, they be like, wow, it must be the bike. It can't be you. But at the end of the day, I tell them, You look at the belly, but you don't look at the thighs. I was a former running back. I was an athlete. The belly came because of this person right here. She like,
Oh wow! Don't put her on blast. Don't do that.
nah,
You.
because every time I try to lose the belly, she cooking cake. She doing this, she doing that. Like, you don't want me to lose the belly, so they be like, you don't gotta eat. She be like, you don't gotta eat it, but you put it right in front of the refrigerator.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Weber, anything to add about like bikes and like investing in them?
Yeah, he's spot on. If you buy the right bike, you'll have it forever. I bought my Canada Sonats back in '06. Still the same road bike I'm riding, and I spent about roughly $2,500. So if you go and you get carbon the first go out, with a group set Shimano 105, that bike gonna last you for 10, 15 years.
Wow.
Washington said, yeah. So it sounds expensive, but those road bikes, you get any one of them. They made by the same company. Giant makes like 80% of the market. So Specialized is a Giant bike. The Cannondale is a Giant bike. They all made from the
Wow,
same company.
that's something new I didn't know.
Yeah, yeah. Not the Cervelos and all that. The foreign stuff is like Cervelos and Campanario and some of the other makers are Italian. They're European, but some of the bigger brands, the big box brands, are made from the same factory. So you invest in all carbon. You do a sport comfort or you do an aggressive race bike at that 2,500 mark. All you need to do is maybe upgrade the wheels in a year or two, and you'll have that bike forever. Now, if you really want to go serious, you do like some of my friends in the group. They got Cervelo S5s. They got Stradellis. They
What
listen,
are those costs?
Ah,
four,
Carmen,
5, 6 grand. Some of them 10 grand.
Could get you a Chevette for that.
Hmm.
Get you
Yeah,
a used Toyota for that.
yeah. You could easily walk into any bike shop and drop 17 grand on a road bike.
Woo!
Easy.
Wow. That's
Hmm.
amazing to me that these bikes
Hmm.
cost that much, but like you said, if you want that quality ride and you're invested in it, then it's worth it.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk to you guys about the significance of this movement when it comes to the Black community, and you kind of spoke about it a little bit, Weber, but like you said, it's not something that we are typically involved in, but I'm seeing it more. I hear people like Kevin Hart, he's talking about it a lot. I listen to his radio show. But can you speak to the significance of this for Black people, especially in South Florida, and what this could mean for us health wise or even competition wise, like competing in sports? Like, what are your views on that?
For me, it's additional pathways to success. Our kids need to understand that they don't need to be great at football or basketball to be great athletes. They can play tennis. They could be professional cyclists. There's a number of other sports that they can be great in and build a life with. And so when we're riding through Overtown and you see young Black girls looking at the adult Black women that are riding together in unity, having fun, that representation really has an impact. That you see that, and you're like, wow, that's crazy. Like I can ride a bike and still be cute and still have my hair done and things like that. There's so much there's so many messages that we get
Mm-hmm.
implicitly from media.
Yes.
And so the Black Bike movement says we can go out and be free. Like we can go and venture out into new neighborhoods. We can climb a mountain. So it's symbolic. A lot of it is symbolic. When you jump on a bike with your friends and you say we're gonna ride from here to Orlando and we're together and we're gonna do this together and all we have is each other. It's about taking a journey together. It's about taking a
Mm.
chance on each other. It's about doing something new.
we all come from different parts of Miami, but we all come together as one. And like with the Sunday rides and the Friday rides, certain people that we would never thought we'd be cool with, I'll be down with. But once we get that good vibe and come together, it brings everybody together. Like, a lot of people be like, it's people that I knew for 20 years. I done seen them here and there, but I never spoke to them. But
Mm.
now
Hmm.
when they see me, they, hey, what you doing, man? Blah blah blah. And I'm like, like I told one guy last week, like I want to donate to your cause, blah blah blah. And I was like, you know what, man? either I'm getting older or it's something about this bike because me and him knew each other since Miami-Dade. We seen each other walk path, skating ring, clubs. We never smoked. Now we sat and had a whole 2-3 hour conversation together just riding the bike. And
Wow.
I'm like, that's something like special that you don't even see happening, but it happens. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. It's
Mhm.
building community. It's building a collectiveness, and especially during these times, like we need that now more than ever. So many levels,
yeah,
racially, health wise. So I'm so happy, like what you guys are doing with you call it urban mass as well.
yes.
I love that. Maurice, how can people connect with Break the Cycle? And how can
Uh,
people connect with you?
After this Orlando trip, we coming up with a website, a YouTube channel. But right now we're on Instagram, breaking the cycle, breaking underscore the underscore cycle, and Facebook is the same way. And go. We have we had a text where you could text and give you your data. And what we coming up with now is I don't think we have a name. But we coming up with a iPad where now we just go out there and get everybody's name and number and email so we can collect the data and give them whatever we have something going on. But on the Instagram and the Facebook, we post all our rides. We post when we ride, what day, what time. I have Alexis. She's going to help me out more
Oh
with
yeah,
the
dope. Yeah,
with
she
the
connected
Instagram.
us, Alexis Brown. Shout out to her. And it's
Yeah,
breaking underscore the underscore cycle.
yeah. She told me I need to change it to break the cycle because I got breaking. It's breaking the cycle on social media, but it's break the cycle is the club. So
Okay. Well, I just have it scrolling on the bottom of the screen just for everybody watching if they wanted to connect with you on Instagram. So I just wanted to make
Mhm.
sure, but so they could see that. Weber, how can people connect with you on social media?
At
What?
Charlie Black at Charlie Black at CharlieBlac. And I'm also on Twitter as Weber J Charles. It's open, so you can follow me on Twitter, Weber J Charles. But loving the bike movement. I'm gonna support these guys. I think they have. There's a lot. There's a lot we can do, and hopefully I can get on the next ride. I ain't gonna make the Orlando ride, but
well, we going to Georgia after that.
Woo!
yeah. So I might do the Georgia ride with them. I've always wanted to do state of Florida.
Uh,
So I might definitely do the Georgia ride with them. So I've done centuries. I've done 2 centuries. I've done a lot of grand finals in Miami, and I've done a lot of the DCC rides, the Dolphin Cancer Challenge. I
no,
Okay,
did
yeah.
those.
yeah, I've been wanting to join.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to join that
So
ride.
yeah. So break the cycle. Definitely gonna have a team at the next DCC for sure.
Oh, I
You
love
guys got to
that.
do that. You
You
got to
guys
have
got
a
to tell
team
me
for
about
this.
that. Make sure you send me that press
Yeah.
release.
And raising money for cancer. Yes, you
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah,
got to do
yeah.
it. But
And
I've done
and
it every
speaking of
year.
and speaking of cancer, where like I said, my wife earlier, she had breast cancer. She survived.
Mm,
She's going on what, three
it's
years,
amazing.
4 years, 4 years. I'm about to get in trouble now. But
Hmm.
and she does. We trying to do a cancer ride. We're doing a cancer ride. Oh, she wrong. So it's 3 years. She get in trouble now. We trying to do a cancer ride. October 17th. Either we're at Virginia Key Beach. And this is like that's what I like since
Hmm.
I've been riding. That's why I wanted to do the Dolphin Council ride because of her. I wanted to just do it and learn it. But now that I got my own platform and this and that, so I always say, hey, you know what, we could do a council ride for you. And she got her own like nonprofit breaking us. I mean, what is it called? Sex is the new strong is the new sexy. That's her nonprofit organization, and she been doing it for at least 3 years, like dinners, a skating event. So now I want to bring the biking into it. And with Virginia Key Beach, say that they're open for it, but we just waiting after Labor Day, hoping the pandemic start opening up parks like that, and we'll push that very, very, very much so.
Well, that's awesome. Make sure you keep me posted on that, guys. I thank you so much for taking time to speak with me and telling your story on Hello News. Like, this is dope. Hopefully, one day I get my lazy butt out there on a bike and join you
Well,
guys.
you got to October.
Okay, so I'm
We're
getting
giving you a
it together.
deadline.
You,
You got to October.
I
you
gotta find
gotta
me a bike
you
on off
gotta you gotta at least come
We
to
got
Sunday
bikes we
school.
rent.
You gotta at least
We
come to
rent
Sunday
bikes.
school.
We rent bikes.
Oh, y'all rent? Okay, that's good. See, you gotta say that. Okay, I can rent a bike for the day. Okay, that's good. So I'm gonna come out and ride and get cute and get me some bike gear and
I got we got
come
the
join
bike there
y'all.
for you too.
Oh, you once I just come, just show up and be ready to go.
Yeah, there you go. So it's no excuses. I'm the guy that don't tell excuses.
Oh, I like that. I love that. Y'all make sure y'all follow Break the Cycle, follow Weber, Charles, Maurice Hanks, and support them what they're doing, and make sure we stay healthy and stay fit out there. Thank you guys again for sharing your story about this Black Bike movement, and I'm looking forward to ride with y'all.
All right, thank you.
All right, let's
Thank
do
y'all
it.
for watching today.